Every step moving me on. I'm so far away. It's moving me on. It's moving me on. Every step is moving me on. One tiny, tiny, tiny move. Oh, it's all I need tonight. Jump. I jump
Hi
over.
everyone, and welcome to Vera's Kitchen. Today is your lucky day because we're making fish. Very, very good fish. First, we're gonna walk over to the sink and wash our hands. Reminds me of a song, and I'll sing it for you guys. Well, a pirate travels to many lands, anywhere he pleases, and he always remembers to wash his hands so he don't get no diseases. All right, everyone, we're going to start with the fish that's already been prepped by my lovely assistant. All right, I did it. Can't take the credit for it. Here we have some fillets. We have some fillets of flounder, and we also have whole fish here. And what we're going to do today with the fish is we're going to stuff them. We're going to make kind of like fish Napoleons. We're going to stuff them with cheese and with spinach, and we're going to throw them in the oven and bake them. And then we also have whole fish. Make sure when you do purchase whole fish like this that the eyes are not cloudy. That's a clear sign of fish that's old. And for fillets, make sure that the fish is nice and firm. If you can just pen into the bowl, make sure that if you press the fish that it pops right back, the flesh pops right back, and there aren't any indentations that fill with liquid. Very important. So we are going to start with the fillets. Here's my pan already lined with aluminum foil. And I think today we're going to make packets. So I'm going to get out the handy aluminum foil, put a little one here, and we're going to start with the fillets. I'm going to lay the fillet down like so. And boys and girls, we're going to get our fillings. We're going to get some feta cheese. Let me grab that out of the refrigerator. And some mozzarella. And I'm just chopping up the mozzarella for a filling. It doesn't have to be precise chunks. I'm not a chef. As you can see, my cutting skills are not the best, but we're just gonna make them small enough. Well, actually kind of big chunks, because you know, we're not gonna use very much mozzarella. We just want that stringy, melty effect. So we want big chunks to mix in with the feta cheese. And that'll be just fine. Now let's open up this bad boy. You put the knife down. Here we go. And I'm just going to use a nice little piece. And this really crumbles. You don't really have to cut this too much. We'll just crumble up that stinky cheese. Let's see. All right, so now we have our cheese all crumbled up. So I'm going to wash my hands off. Towel up over here. And we're also filling the fish with some spinach, and we're using fresh spinach today. Frozen spinach, I think, retains too much spinach. It as a whole retains a lot of water. There's a lot of water in spinach, and something about the process of freezing and compressing them. It's just too much work with that whole frozen spinach and draining it. And it isn't necessary. We're going to use fresh spinach today. I'm just breaking off a few leaves of spinach. So I'm going to just lay it on the fish, put this aside. Here's our beautiful, beautiful fillets. And really quickly, we're going to take a few leaves of spinach. Can you see that? Come closer. We're going to put a few leaves of spinach on the fish. Lay it as so. This is my mother's recipe. So I love when she used to make this, usually on special occasions. So here we have a layer of spinach, and we're going to throw some of our mixture, our cheese mixture in there. And we want to get a lot of that feta, because that's really what's going to give you the kick. You know, the feta is really going to give it that nice, bitter, cheesy, salty, you know, it gives it a nice flavor. And the mozzarella, like I said, it adds to the texture of the dish and the cheesiness. So here we go. That looks about right. We're going to throw on another layer of spinach. Here we go. Here's our next layer of spinach. Nothing fancy, we're just laying it over the cheese. Doesn't that look pretty, 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 pretty? I love it. Now, really important thing that I'm going to tell you guys here. The feta cheese has a lot of flavor, a lot of salt, so it isn't very necessary to season the fish. We're going to throw a little salt, a little lemon juice on it, but like I said, the feta has a big, big kick. Lots of salt. It's a salty cheese. So you might not want to season the fish too much. And you can also season it once the dish is done and out the oven. You can throw a little salt, a little pepper on it. So this looks really, really pretty. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a lemon. Ooh. This cuts the fish taste and adds a nice brightness. Hi everyone, we're back with the salt. I know when I left. Here we go. So here is a little salt. Just remember, we're just going to use a little tiny, tiny bit because the feta is very, very salty. Okay, forgot to do that. And we're going to wrap up the fish. We're just going to close it into a nice little packet like so. And here we go. And we are going to pack this bad boy into a hot 350-degree oven for about 25 minutes. Shouldn't take very long. All right. So that's it cooking. Now we're going to start our next dish, which will be stuffed still And we're going to stuff this fish with some shrimp and some cheese. And still stuffing fish. This time, we're going to stuff one of these snappers. These little tiny snappers. Really pretty looking fish. And remember guys, what I said about the little fish eyes. Make sure they're nice and clear and they aren't cloudy. That's a clear sign of a fish that's been at the fish market way too long. Out the water in the fish market for too long. So, we've asked our fishmonger to scale the fish and create a little opening and take the guts out. And what we have here is our feta and mozzarella mixture. We also have some chopped shrimp that's been cleaned and deveined. And we also have some hearty spinach that I've chopped up into small pieces. And we're going to take some of our cheese mixture. I'm actually going to cut a bigger slit in this fish so I can get my stuff in here. So we have our cheese mixture, some of this shrimp, this delicious shrimp that we've cleaned and chopped, and some spinach. This fella has room for a little more. A little piece of shrimp. And you don't want to push it in, you don't want to overfill the fish. You do want the fish to cook, you want the juices to run out, you want the shrimp to cook. So that is our little fish, stuffed with feta, mozzarella, spinach, and shrimp. And we are going to season this a little bit. We're seasoning the fish lightly. I'm taking a little adobo, which is a seasoning. It's got garlic powder, salt, a bunch of stuff. We put it on everything. And a little salt. Lovely. A tiny, tiny bit of lemon juice. Let's use a nice little bit of lemon juice for our fishy taste. Not too much of that. Boop. I'm not too sure if it's the left or the right shoulder that I'm supposed to do that. Start over. And there we have it. And we're going to leave the fish just as it is, uncovered, and we're going to throw it into a 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes. It looks good enough to eat. We'll keep an eye on it. Throwing it into the oven, right along with our stuffed fillets. And we can move on to our next dish. Go. Hi everyone, welcome to Bafkachan's Kitchen. This is our cooking show. It's featuring myself, Vera Very. Welcome. We're making seafood today. 3 fish dishes. One is a whole snapper stuffed with delicious cheeses and spinach and shrimp. And we're also making kind of fish Napolitan, if you will. It'll be 2 layers of filet with spinach and feta jammed in between. It's going to be delicious. But first, we're going to start with our coconut snapper. What we have here is a beautiful, beautiful snapper. Line the pan with some aluminum foil, easy cleanup. And we have our fish, and we're also going to prepare this with some shrimp. So we're going to lay a little bit of shrimp around it. Oops, don't want that piece. So lay the fish as so, all around. Hi everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Bafkachan. And as I said before, today we're working with seafood and fish. And now for our last dish, we're going to do something totally different. Bafkachan and myself. Bafkachan is like the Wizard of Oz. No one's seen her, no one knows who she is, but she makes things happen behind the scenes. So this is something that myself and Bafkachan have created, and we're going to make kind of a tropical fish and shrimp dish. And today we're using lychee juice. Well, that's not the lychee juice, sorry guys. We're going to use lychee juice, and lychee is a fruit. For those Latinos out there, it's like a Asian canepa, if you guys know what that means. So it's a kind of a berry, I think, with a seed and a rough shell. We'll cut that part out. So then we have some coconut milk. We're also going to include coconut milk in the dish, some fresh ginger, and some fresh mint that I've already chopped and prepped. So we're going to start with the lychee juice and coconut mixture. So we're going to use about a quarter of a cup of lychee juice, and also some of this yummy sweet coconut milk. Yummy. And it sometimes is a little thick and a little kind of, I don't want to use the word curdy in the can, but just give it a little mixture. And we're just going to use just 2 spoonfuls of the coconut juice. And mix it, mix it, mix it, mix. And we're gonna get our fish. Where you are, little fishy, there you go. We're gonna get our fish and our shrimp. And we're gonna season it lightly. Adobo, everyone, Latinos, we love our adobo. We put it on everything. Except I'm like, you know, I like it on everything except in cheeseburgers and hamburgers. I think it gives a little funny taste. But nevertheless, we're going to season this fish and shrimp with some adobo. Okay, a little salt. And the adobo already has pepper in it. That's why I haven't used any crushed black pepper, because the adobo does have a lot of that stuff in there. And we are now going to incorporate our lychee and coconut mixture and just spread it on there like so, over the shrimp. And a little bit on the fishy poo. Fishy. Yum. Now we're going to take a small piece of ginger, a whole piece of ginger. It doesn't need to be peeled. The skin on the ginger is really, really soft. And we're just gonna grate it over the fish. And we're gonna get a lot of good heat, spiciness from the ginger. And a little bit of fresh mint. It's like a fishy mojito, which doesn't really sound appetizing, but it's kind of mint tropicality. Is that a word? All right, so this is our fish, our third fish dish. It is chicken a la bafkachan, and it is lychee juice, coconut milk, fresh mint, ginger, red snapper, and shrimp. And we're just gonna throw it in the oven, just like that. 350 degrees, 20 minutes. Oh, move over, fishies. There's a new sheriff in town. And there you have it. And those were our 3 fish recipes. Focus on a little bit. And there we have it. Those are our 3 fish recipes. In the oven. We're almost done, and I can't wait to show you. I can't wait to eat it. Hey, so we're done. These are our delicious fish dishes. We have the fillets with the mozzarella, spinach, and feta. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of flat leaf parsley on that. A little bit of flat leaf parsley on that one. We're not going to put any on the tropical bonanza fish because we put some mint on it. And then we have this fish here. So that's our show. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you did enjoy our fish and pie dishes. This is Bafkachan Cooks. Look for us on the web, mnn.org, or just Google us, Bafkachan. That's Bafkachan. Rewind that and listen to it again if you have to. Thank you so much. I'm Vera Very, and I hope you enjoyed the show.
That's moving me on. Every step that's moving me